The soft chime of the antique clock in my office signaled the beginning of another therapy session. I adjusted the cushions on the couch, preparing for my next client. The door creaked open, and a tall, slender figure stepped inside. His face was obscured by the shadows, but I could make out the contours of a fedora, casting a dark silhouette. "Good evening, Dr. Lark," he said in a low, gravelly voice that made me adjust myself on the couch. I gestured for him to take a seat, trying to maintain my composure. "Good evening. Please, make yourself comfortable," I replied, hoping to diffuse the unease settling in the room. As he sank into the couch, his eyes remained fixed on me, unwavering and intense. He introduced himself as Mr. Blackwood, though his real name, he claimed, was unimportant. He began sharing his troubles, a twisted tapestry of paranoia and cryptic fears that made my skin crawl. His stories painted a picture of a world filled with shadows, unseen dangers lurking in every corner. I tried to maintain a professional demeanor, offering empathy and understanding. However, the air in the room seemed to thicken with each passing moment. Mr. Blackwood's tales became increasingly unsettling, bordering on the surreal. He spoke of a mysterious organization watching his every move, of faceless figures in the dark corners of his apartment. I attempted to explore the roots of these delusions, but he evaded my questions with a sinister grin. During our sessions, Mr. Blackwood's presence permeated my thoughts. I found myself glancing over my shoulder on the way home, half expecting to see his looming figure in the shadows. The line between the therapeutic space and the real world blurred, leaving me on edge. One evening, while I was alone in my office, Mr. Blackwood leaned in with a chilling whisper. "You know, Dr. Lark, you can't escape the darkness either." His words hung in the air, freezing the room. Fear gripped me, but I steadied myself. This was just a troubled individual, I assured myself, projecting his own fears onto me. I suggested we explore these feelings of paranoia further, hoping to uncover the source of his unsettling behavior. As the sessions continued, the atmosphere grew increasingly oppressive. My notes became a haunting record of his disturbed mind. One day, he handed me a small, worn box. Inside was a collection of cryptic symbols, drawings that seemed to come straight from a nightmare. "I want you to see the truth, Dr. Lark," he murmured, his eyes glinting with a mixture of malice and desperation. I declined the bizarre offer, urging him to focus on more tangible aspects of his life. He didn't seem too pleased with my suggestion. He remained silent for the next 10 minutes of the session, and I allowed him to be. I told him the time for our next session, and he nodded in agreement, then left in a hurry. But the next session never came. Mr. Blackwood vanished without a trace, leaving only the lingering sense of unease in his wake. The shadows in my office seemed to have absorbed his unsettling energy, and even after the door closed behind him for the last time, the remnants of his eerie presence lingered, a ghostly imprint that refused to fade away.